Alright, to make this project we are going to be needing 2 different colors. I am going to be using these 2 colors. This one is a burgundy and this one right here is gold. And we are going to be using Red Heart Super Saver. Now both of these yarns are a size 4 medium worsted weight yarn. They are both 100% acrylic, machine wash and dryable. And the recommended hook size is a 5.5, which is the size that we will be using to make these Harry Potter inspired fingerless gloves. So to begin, we're going to start with our burgundy color. So to begin our project, we are going to start by making our slip knot. You can make this whichever way works best for you, but for me, I just take my yarn, wrap it around my 2 fingers, hold down at the X, grab right between my 2 fingers, and push the working end of the yarn through and grab it and pull. That is how I make my slip knot. And then we're just going to take our yarn and just pull to tighten that up. So to begin, we're going to start by chaining 23. So to chain, you're going to yarn over and pull through that loop. So we're going to do that again. Yarn over, pull through the loop on your hook. Yarn over, pull through. And we're going to keep doing that until we have a total of 23 stitches, or whichever length works best for you that fits around your forearm. Alright, so 23, and we're going to add one more for our turning chain, so we're going to have a total of 24 stitches. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our foundation chain and we are just going to twist it so that way you see those back ridges or that back loop on the back. It kind of makes like a little hump, so like that. And those are that is where we're going to be working our stitches into. So we're gonna skip that first hump right there and we're going to go into that next one, and we're just going to make 1 single crochet. Just like that. That's our first single crochet. And to do that, you're just going to insert your hook into that loop, yarn over, pull up a loop. You'll have 2 loops on your hook. Going to yarn over and pull through 2. And we're going to do that all the way down this foundation chain. And at the end of this row, you should have a total of 23 stitches. So go ahead and do that all the way down, and I will meet you when I get to the end of this row. Alright, so once you make it all the way down your foundation chain, you're going to have 1 stitch left right there. So you're going to insert your last single crochet into that loop. Just like so. And at the end of this round, you should have a total of 23 single crochets. If you're making what you want to do now, if you're making this for yourself or if you're making this for a young girl or a young boy, you just want to take it and wrap it, sorry about the dryness, wrap it around your wrist to see if it'll fit, like so. And once you know that it's going to fit, you are just going to grab the other end and pull it around to make a circle. Try not to twist your yarn or your chain, and then when you do that, you are going to slip stitch into that very first single crochet. You're going to slip stitch into that very first single crochet that you made. So just like so, slip stitch. And as you can see, there's going to be a little gap, but that will be okay, because when you are done or get far enough, you can just go ahead and take your sewing needle and just sew this together to close that gap up. So once you do that, you're going to chain 1, and you're just going to make 1 single crochet into each stitch all the way around. So at the end of round 2, you will still have a total of 23 stitches. So go ahead and do that all the way around, and I will meet you at the last stitch. Alright, so once you make it all the way back around, you're again going to slip stitch that very first single crochet that you made, and you have just completed round 2. Okay, so we are just going to keep doing this for another 2 rounds for a total of for a total of 4 rounds of the burgundy color. So again, we're going to chain 1 like we did, and we are just going to make 1 single crochet right back into that same space where we chained 1 out of and where we joined. 1 single crochet into each stitch for rounds 3 and 4. And remember, when you get back to the beginning right here, your last stitch, you're going to slip stitch to that first single crochet, chain 1, and make 1 single crochet into each stitch all the way around. And I will meet back with you guys, and I'll meet back after I have completed round 3 and 4, and I will show you how we are going to change colors to our gold color. So just go ahead and keep making 1 single crochet in each stitch. Okay, so I have made it all the way around the end of round 4. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And what I'm going to do now is I am going to change to my gold color. Now there are many different ways on how to change colors. I'm going to show you the way that I am going to do it for this round. You don't have to do it the same way as I am. You can do whatever way works best for you when changing colors. But for me, I am going to, again, slip stitch that very first single crochet I made, and instead of, oops, right there, sorry, I'm going to slip stitch that first single crochet I made, and instead of yarning over and pulling through with that gold or with the burgundy color, I am just going to take my scissors and I am just going to cut my yarn like so, and then I'm just going to grab my gold color and I'm going to make a little loop, place it on my hook, and then I'm just going to pull it through both of those loops. And then I'm going to chain 1 to secure that yarn. So just like so, chain 1. Now from here, if you want, if you're doing it the same way I am, you can do what I'm gonna do, which is I'm going to make a loose knot. So like that, just so that way I know that the yarns are attached and they won't unravel. And I am just going to sew over my ends, or I'm sorry, I'm going to crochet over my ends. Now you don't have to, you can just leave your ends like so. Just leave them like that and then just sew them in at the end. But I know when turning the finished project inside out, it could be a little tough because it's not very wide. Oops, there we go. It's not very wide. So I'm just gonna crochet over my ends. So with the gold, again, you chain 1 to secure, and you're just going to make 1 single crochet right into that same stitch. So 1 single crochet, and you're just going to place 1 single crochet into each stitch all the way around. Crocheting over your tails if you wish, you don't have to. So just like so, just keep doing that. At the end of this round, at the end of round 5, you should have a total still of 23 stitches. So go ahead and do this all the way around, 1 single crochet each stitch, and I will meet you at the end of round 5. Alright, so I have made it all the way around round 5, and I am just going to slip stitch, put it in there, there we go, slip stitch that first single crochet that I made for the beginning of this round. So that is the end of round 5, and that's all we're going to be doing. We're going to chain 1 at the end of each round, single crochet into that first stitch that we made, make 1 single crochet into each stitch all the way around for a total of 23 single crochets, and then you're going to slip stitch that first single crochet and chain 1. We're going to do that for a total of 5 rounds of the gold. So, as you can see here, we did 4 rounds of the burgundy, 5 rounds of the gold, and then 4 rounds of the burgundy again, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 rounds of the gold, 4 of the burgundy, 5 of the gold, and so on. But we have to also make this little thumb hole. So I want you to continue doing this pattern until you have a total of 3 sections of the burgundy color and then 3 sections of your gold color. And once you get to the end of your gold and you switch back to your burgundy, I will meet back up with you guys and I will show you how to do our thumb hole for our right hand. Because as you can see, this thumb hole is for our left hand. Alright, so go ahead and do that until you have a total of 6 sections done, 3 of the burgundy and 3 of the gold, and I will meet back with you guys once I am done with my 3rd section of the gold and I have joined my burgundy color. Alright, so we have finished our 3 sections each of the gold and burgundy, and we are about to start where we are going to make our little thumb hole now for the next one. So for the right hand, which is the one that we're working on right here, we are going to begin by chaining 1 and making 1 single crochet into that first stitch that we chained 1 out of. So just like so. And we're just going to work 1 single crochet into the next stitch. And for this first round, we're just going to simply just put 1 single crochet into each stitch all the way around. So just keep putting 1 single crochet and I will meet you when we get to the end of this round. Okay, so once you make it all the way back to the beginning and you slip stitch to join, you're going to chain 1 and you're going to make 1 single crochet into that first stitch. So right where you chained 1 out of, make 1 single crochet, and you're going to continue to make 1 single crochet into each stitch for the next, oh, how many is it? Shoot. So the next 17, until you have a total of 17 single crochets. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're going to keep doing that until you have 17. You are going, once you have done your 17 single crochets. You are now going to chain 7. 5, 6, and 7. Oops. So once you have chained your 7, you are just going to skip the next 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 5th stitch, so right here, you are just going to join by making 1 single crochet into that stitch. And you're going to make 1 single crochet into that last stitch of this round. Oops, like so. And then you're going to slip stitch to join this round. And as you can see, we have made our thumb hole for our right hand. Now if you're going to do your left hand, at the beginning of this round, you would do your first 2 single crochets, chain 7, skip 4, and then single crochet into the next. That's if you were going to do your left hand. But this way is for the right hand. Alright, so once you have done that, the rest of this round is very simple. You're just going to chain 1, make 1 single crochet into that first stitch. Oops. And you're just going to make 1 single crochet all the way around until you get to that thumb hole. And I will show you what to do when we get there. Alright, so once you make it all the way back around and you make it to your thumb hole area, you are just going to make 1 single crochet right into that first stitch, so right there. Okay, and then next you're just going to make 7 single crochets. So you're just going to single crochet into that first chain. And you want to make sure you have 2 loops on your hook, so that way when you go to expand your thumb hole, you have 1 loop they can single crochet into. So that loop. And that is where you're going to make your thumb hole expand outwards. And we'll do that at the end. So we're just going to make 1 single crochet into each of those chain stitches for the thumb hole. Just like so. Again, making sure that you have 2 loops on your hook. So just make sure that you do 7, and then this single crochet, so this whole space right there, right here, that is where you joined, so you're going to make 1 single crochet right in there as well. There's 1, and then you're just going to finish up this round and slip stitch to that first single crochet that you made. And then you're just going to go around one more time with the burgundy color, so you're going to chain 1, and you're just going to make 1 single crochet into each of those stitches all the way around. So just like so, all the way around. And then when you get to your thumb hole, you'll notice that you have a regular stitch and you can just go right ahead into those and make 1 single crochet. So go ahead and do that all the way around, and when you get to the end of this round, you should have a total of 26 stitches. Same with the last row. Yep, you should have 26 stitches at the end of this row and the last row. So again, just continue making 1 single crochet into each stitch all the way around, and I will meet you at the end of this round. Alright, so once you make it all the way back around, we are going to change colors back to our gold by slipping it through. Going to chain 1, and you can fasten it off or snip your burgundy color if you wish and make a loose knot. It's up to you. You don't have to. And then you're just going to continue going around, making 1 single crochet into each stitch all the way around. You can crochet over your tails if you wish, or you can just leave them and then sew them in at the end. It's up to you. But then you're just going to make 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around for the next 5 rounds with the gold color. And remember, when you get to the end of each round, you're going to have a total of 26 stitches. And then you're just going to slip stitch to join and start your new round. So just going to continue just like that all the way around for a total of 5 rounds, and I will meet you at the end of my 5 rounds of the gold color. Alright, so once you have done your 5 rounds of the gold color, you are just going to again switch back to your burgundy color, whichever way that you have been doing. You're going to chain 1 to secure that, and you are just going to take your scissors and cut your gold color, because we are all done with our gold. Okay, so now what you're going to do is the same thing that we've been doing for this pattern. Is just making 1 single crochet into each stitch all the way around. And again, if you want to crochet over your tails, or you can just leave them, let them dangle, and you can weave them in with a needle later if you want. You can do whatever you like. But we are just going to make 1 single crochet into each stitch around for the next 4 rounds. And once you are done with those 4 rounds, I will meet back with you guys and we will work on our thumb hole. Alright, so once you have done your 4 rounds of the burgundy color, you are just going to, you're just going to slip stitch to join, chain 1, and take your scissors and cut your yarn and pull through to fasten that part off. Alright, so once you have done that, you are just going to take your main color that you began and ended on, or whatever color you use to make your thumb hole. You're just going to take that yarn, make a slip knot, just like so. And you are just going to attach it in any stitch that you wish to your thumb hole. So for me, I am just going to join right here. So just going to join, chain 1, and make 1 single crochet, oops, into that stitch, same stitch that we joined. And we're just going to make 1 single crochet into each stitch to make our thumb hole. So like that. Right there. And now we're getting to the part where we did our chains to make our thumb hole. And when you get there, you should have 1 loop. Oops, where is it? There it is. 1 loop on the bottom to stick your hook into and make your single crochets in. Now that bottom loop might be a little tight, but that is okay. Just work your hook into it and just make 1 single crochet all the way around. And try your best. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just try to get them evenly in there. Okay, so right here we have 1 stitch left. And then we are back to where we started. So we're just going to slip stitch to join, just like so. Alright, so that was 1 round. So all we're going to do is chain 1. And we are just going to continue making 1 single crochet into each of those stitches all the way around for 2 more rounds. So go ahead and do that. And I will meet back up with you after. Okay, so once you have made it all the way around and you have done a total of 3 rounds for the thumb hole, you are just going to slip stitch that first single crochet that you did, so just like so. Going to chain 1, take your scissors again, cut your yarn, and fasten this loop off. And all you're going to do now is just take your yarn needle and sew in all of your ends, and there you go.